All right, guys, welcome back to another drive here. We're on a bit of a journey. We're heading into a city called Bellevue, and Bellevue is very busy, a lot of weird roads. Right now we're in a town called Issaquah, a small little part of Issaquah, kind of old part of Issaquah, and we're on the latest full self-drive update. So we're going to be taking a look at how it does here in these kind of towns like this. I haven't been out on these towns in this kind of with this update yet, and so I'll be really curious to see how this all handles it here. So I got it locked in at 5 over the speed limit. I'm going to go down a little bit lower than that. Slow town here. And I like these kind of drives because there's a lot that goes on, and it's hard for just your average human to kind of decipher all of this and figure out what intersections are trying to do what, and you got train tracks we're crossing here, and which lane to be in, and why are not going into that pedestrian lane there, centering it like it did. Just figuring all this stuff out is it just boggles me how it's able to do this. Here's a little quick rise here. In the early stages of the full self-driving betas, it used to get all confused in those situations. So it's just really exciting seeing all the progress here. So what's going to happen up here ahead is we're going to be getting onto I-90, which is going to be a main freeway that's going to take us into Bellevue. So what I'm going to do is once we get on the freeway, then I'll just cut out the freeway driving part because that's nothing unique. If you just have regular navigate and autopilot, that's going to be about the exact same on there. So we'll just kind of handle all of this city stuff right now, get on the freeway, and then I'll put the cameras back on when we get off of the freeway and head into actual Bellevue. But I'm curious how you guys who are all now part of the beta, those of you guys who've paid for full self-drive anywhere in the last 5-6 years, and maybe a lot of you guys just finally got it here in the last month or so, how you been liking it? I mean, that's all we used to do on this channel was drives, and it was a ton of fun. But how have you been liking it? How have you been liking the drive? Do you use it? Is it more of a novelty thing for you? Do you use it with passengers in the car with you? I find that they totally freak out. Yeah, I'm curious. All right, we just got a green light. There were cars in the intersection when light turned green. The car waited a little bit to go, and now it's going to need to be turning left up here. So, we got another yellow light. Looks like not quite yet. Better wait for this one too here. But the very next light will be the actual intersection that we need to be in the left lane to get onto the freeway. Now, I'll mention if you're new to watching the channel, new to watching any of the full self-drive videos of really anybody, the car still requires you to have torque on the wheel. My hands are always right here ready. I kind of keep them on the backside when I'm doing these videos so it doesn't look like I'm helping steer. But what you can always look at and see is this top left corner here, the blue steering wheel. If you see that blue, that means the car is in full self-drive, as well as this blue line in front of you on the screen itself. That signifies that full self-drive is engaged. And if you're ever wondering if it is not engaged, if it's disengaged in any way, those two things will not be blue anymore, and it'll make a kind of a ding sound. And there's only a couple ways to do that. One, you grab the steering wheel and kind of jerk it. That'll keep adaptive cruise control on, but it will not steer from anymore. Or if you hit the brake pedal. Or now that's interesting. See how that blue, that truck turned blue because it was in our predicted path? That's pretty cool to see in action there. Or you can hit the right gear stalk up. That will also turn off it. Okay, the light just turned green as we got here, so the car should come up nice and smoothly to the back of this car. Awesome job. And then should start accelerating again here and make a clean left. So the blinker automatically turned on. As you can see, my hands aren't doing any of this, and we should make this turn without running over that curve, so that'll be good. There's a person on a board there. Now we can't go in the carpool lane, so I've actually got to get over. Okay, so that was one disengagement there. I'm going to put it back on as soon as it says I can. I have to wait until I see the steering wheel. Now I can turn it back on. So yeah, it was going to put me there onto that carpool lane, and can't do that. So had to interact a little bit there. Eventually, we're going to get it to where the car is going to be able to use the camera up here to see how many people are in the car, and then it'll be able to use lanes like the carpool lanes, 2 or more lanes. But as of right now, as you guys just saw, it's just going to take it as a lane that it thinks is open. And I would have let it go longer if it wasn't going into a lane that could get me a ticket if I'm in it for just a few minutes. So I like to see what the car will do before I interact when I can. So the car is now shifted into navigate and autopilot, where it's going to make lane changes on its own without me having to do it, and try to keep up the speed that I set here, which is going to be 65. And I will see you guys at the exit. We're just arriving at our exit here. The car has got itself into the exit lane to prepare for taking the exit. And we're going to let the car take over. Watch what happens here. The car is going to automatically switch over into full self-drive. There it goes from navigate and autopilot. Those are still separate systems. And so we're going to just watch the car navigate us here now. So we've got about 8 minutes left on this drive. And so far, I've only had to interact once, and not because it was doing anything dangerous, but because it was just going to put me into an illegal lane for me, because I didn't have 2 people in the car. So far, I've been really impressed with this drive. It's been smooth. I've had no close calls, no jerky actions that caused me to, grab the wheel quickly. There we go. We're going to be getting into the right lane again here in preparation for our next turn. And that's a big part of my complaints over the years, was that the car would wait too long to get into the correct lane, and because of that, if there was cars already in that lane, too many of them, it couldn't get over. And you can see here that's getting over at the earliest possible opportunity, which is what it should do, and handling that really well as how fast it just went around that corner. Sometimes it goes just too slow, where it's really kind of awkward, but that actually was really good. Now take a look at this intersection here. So we're coming to a stop right at the stop line. You've got faded turn lines. You've got, this is a 4-way intersection. We've got 5 lanes on each one of these. And there's a lot going on here. People jogging, crossing streets, all this stuff going on. And we've got to kind of do a sweeping left up here on an incline on a hill. So it's going to be interesting to see how the car handles this. And here we go. All right, it's pretty open right now. I think the car kind of got it pretty easy. We did cut the corner of the turn lane a tad bit there, and then we're gonna get over real quick here. There's plenty of room in front of the car in front of us, but I love how fast it did that. That is amazing, because we got to take this lane right here. We're gonna slide right between that bike lane and the white line. That was actually really impressive. Yeah, that was really impressive. So got in front of the other car, got in the right turn lane in a perfect amount of time. That was actually incredibly impressive. Let's watch it handle this corner right here. And so, I mean, the thing is you are watching so many things when you're driving into a city like this. I mean, you got people, multiple lanes, 1-lane roads, other cars, good drivers, bad drivers, free rights on red, all these things that are going on. And the Tesla's doing that all at once as well. So here's a bus that's stopped. Let's see how the car handles this. And it is going to go around it. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that was beautiful. And we're going to get back over into the lane we wanted. It didn't even hesitate. It didn't even come to a stop. It saw the issue and changed lanes. Unbelievable. I've never had it do it that smoothly before. So I have to say that this drive has been, I've been very impressed. That made this drive for me. It would have to do something pretty bad coming up here for me to have anything negative to say about this drive, now that it just did that so well. I know I'm probably overreacting to this, and you guys are probably like, that's so dumb, that's so simple, who cares? But when you think about what goes into the car being able to make that decision of what was going on right there, that's actually really impressive. So now we got a couple miles on this road of back-to-back cars moving, and this is just an example of kind of the car in its element. It's gonna, as soon as it can, work its way over in front of this other car. Almost, I don't know if I would call that cutting it off or not. That other car was 2 car lengths behind me. But you know what? When you're in packed city driving like this, you kind of have to be aggressive like that. And you expect people to just back off a bit when you put your blinker on. Otherwise, you won't get over. If you're waiting for 3 or 4 car lengths, it's just not going to be there for you. Not in this kind of an environment here. And this isn't even downtown Bellevue, with all the skyscrapers and whatever else. This is just simply, now we're kind of in a rural area. So, and it's that thick. So yeah, I mean, I think the car had to do what it did. I'm going to actually cancel that lane change. It's now gotten to the point where what it's trying to do is it's trying to continue to just change lanes back and forth to keep up the speed. I'm not gonna do that right now because I got to make a turn up here, and there's just really not a whole lot more to talk about on this road. It's just straight until I get to my client's house. But that's one thing that the car will do, which I have my settings set to be fairly aggressive on the drive, and so it's going to do that. But if that annoys you and you don't want to do that, you can come in here to the settings, go to autopilot, and under full self-drive bed, you can just go to chill. And then if we turn on the drive now, it shouldn't do too much change in lanes. It should just kind of chill out and stay in this lane. But the way I had it before, I wanted it to constantly keep up my speed in any way possible. And if that lane was going faster, then it's going to go ahead and jump over to that lane. And of course, you know how traffic is. 2 seconds later, that changes. So this would be a lot less aggressive. And so we'll keep it here for a little bit and just kind of see how the drive grows. In fact, for now, what I'll do is I'll put it in fast forward at this moment. You guys are watching this in fast forward, and we'll finish up this drive here while we just kind of do a little bit of voiceover to wrap the video up. So I want to just thank everyone for watching these videos and watching our installs and product reviews. You know, this channel is a hobby for me. It's not what I do for work. You know, I love it. It's fun. I love playing with cameras. I love chatting with you guys in the comments. And, you know, most of you guys are just so fun and so nice. And some of you guys have been watching my stuff and commenting for, you know, 2.5 years, which is just pretty amazing. And so I just want to say how thankful I am that you guys are here and you chat with me and all that stuff. And it kind of made this little dream of mine real. I've always wanted to have a channel like this, and so it's just a lot of fun. So you know, these drives, we started off with the Rate These Drive challenges. You know, if you guys have been around for those, comment down below if you've been around for the Rate These Drives when we start this channel back with 1 subscriber. Let me know, and let me know if you want them to come back. I mean, there's so much driving stuff we could do. To be honest, I kind of got bored of driving, which is why I quit doing them. I started working from home all the time because of work, everything being virtual. I'm a financial advisor, and you know, so all my, you know, we started doing everything over Zoom. So I stopped having a need to drive, so I didn't do that many driving videos. But if you guys want them to come back, we can certainly do a lot more of them. I'm going to start going into places like Seattle and whatnot. Okay, a little brake check right there. You see that biker come pulling through the lane in that spot there. And it really just slowed down, thinking it was going to come across the street, which, you know, that's pretty cool for it to have seen that and done that. I don't know how that all portrayed on your screen there, but anyway, I'm pretty impressed with this. If you guys are new to the channel, thanks for coming and watching. Please stick around though. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you know when we got new videos. Below every video, there's a lot of discounts for really amazing products. All the products I talk about and bring discounts to on the channel are ones that I have reviewed. I do non-biased reviews, so if you want to know the good and bad of something, go through the channel and check them all out. So anyway, that's going to wrap this up on this video here. Thanks again, and I'll see you all on the next one.